Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Black Maverick channel. I'd like to ask you guys to hit the like button as you come in. If you find this content interesting, I'd like to ask you guys to consider subscribing to the channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. So I wanted to talk about the propaganda, the narratives that were being pushed during Trump's presidency, as opposed to the news and the information that we are not getting today, right? And we know during Trump's presidency, everywhere you turn there, they were talking about the hate crimes that were being committed, the hate that he is stirring up and invoking in America. And I just wanted to say that through all of that, they never talked about the hate crimes that were actually being committed against Black African Americans, right? They never talked about how we needed some form of protection, right? Anti-Black hate crime law being passed for us. We never got that, right? But we did see how the Asians, they were picked on for every bit of a day. We're going to say Monday. And by Friday, they had a bill passed into law to protect them, right? Everybody has laws to protect them, but us. We fall under this ambiguous law that they like to call civil rights. But everybody else has something that is very specific, that is directed very exclusively toward their group, right? And so I just wanted to talk about that because according to the DOJ and the FBI, those are my sources. I use those because I felt that they would be more credible. But you can Google and you're going to get a whole plethora of different stats that will tell you that Blacks have been and still are leading. We are leading the numbers of anti-hate crimes that are being inflicted on us, right, as a people. Hate crimes that are being inflicted because of your ethnicity or race. Black people lead that pack, right? And we have been. It's nothing that just started. Again, this is according to their stats. So I just wanted to draw the correlation and shed light on it because very specifically to Black people, we should pay attention to things like this. I pray that, in general, people will pay attention to it, but we definitely need to. I was talking to my brother earlier, and he was saying how, we can't continue to wait for our oppressors to protect us. And that is so true. We must protect ourselves, right? It would be a great thing that would be a perfect world if we too were included and treated as the human beings that we are, right? But we definitely live in an imperfect world. And so I just wanted to show you guys the news that's not being given to us, the narratives, the true narratives. These are actually incidents that are happening, or should I say hate crimes that are being committed every day. The very fact that we have Caucasians at Ole Miss college campus still making monkey sounds and gestures at a beautiful black woman should let us know just how little progress we've actually made.
Here is what they're saying. Around 8:20, police say Justin Johnson told his father he was going to play tag with friends. Closer to 8:30, Justin seen on video running past his house down an embankment. That's when you can hear the fellow students saying he's running back to Africa. Just minutes later, Justin is seen on camera returning to his house. Police say he doesn't look distressed or harmed in any way. The police say he doesn't seem like he's being actively chased in the video. Let's go to 9:30 p.m. Justin's dad tried to call him, but Justin didn't pick up. When he got home just before 10, he found Justin unresponsive on the floor. He called
You get there Saturday just to mow the lawn, do your work. What happened?
As I'm blowing, I'm showing my son how to use the blower, like we coming from the backyard around the front, and I just looked to the left. He got the rifle pointed right at me and my son.
The rifle he's on the grass, pointing.
He's on his porch and we on the grass, and he's pointing the rifle at us, saying last year we left stuff on his driveway, this year we're not gonna do it.
Breon Woods and his adorable 4-year-old son Brighton coming face to face with an irate.
Before, not the actual shooting. The Clark County Sheriff's Office sent us this video from Lolitha Hall's car's dash cam. The Sheriff's Office says the Uber driver was requested through the Uber app to pick up a package at this house near Springfield. The video taken on March 25th, you can see Hall walk in front of her car holding her phone and glasses in her left hand. Moments later, the dash cam shows Hall backing away from the 81-year-old William Brock, who lived at that home. Brock follows her to her car, pointing a gun at her the entire time. Authorities say Brock took Hall's cell phone and refused to let her leave. When she tried to get back in her car, that's when investigators say Brock shot her. Deputies say Hall was unarmed and made no threats towards Brock. The sheriff
captured on camera inside of an Archer Lodge Middle School classroom.
If she got me fired for saying that word and I'm out of the school after 16 years, I would haunt your family for the rest of your life. You never know I was around, but I'd be doing stuff to make your life miserable.
This video, taken by Whitney Dean's 13-year-old daughter, showing part of what she says happened on April 16th.
The teacher decided to use the N-word in class.
Dean tells me that's when her daughter whipped out her phone.
Now, what if I say I'm recording? Go ahead. Go ahead. Take it.
Dean says this isn't the first time something like this has happened with Michael Malchiori, her daughter's science teacher.
We've had run-ins with him in the past with things that he said that are disrespectful and a bit racist, such as calling my son a thug and referring to the kids as monkeys.
She says while she didn't report the other incidents, she won't let this go.
You threatened her and told us we would never see you coming, so I will prepare for that. But I'm not getting any assistance with law enforcement or anybody else, because had that been the other way around and a kid is threatening a teacher, that kid is immediately out of school. You threaten her, my goal is for him to lose his job.
To be cute, it's not to try to be fashionable, it's to make a statement about Maxwell Anderson.
While there, the sheriff returned to his home to do a follow-up search, but would not tell me what brought them back or if they found anything.
They got closer and they started blocking off the streets and everything.
The yellow caution tape, a sign of an active investigation. The pink chalk and balloons, a family's call for justice.
It takes for us to get out here and actually do something for them to get out here and do their job.
Mauled by 4 dogs in Mantua, one of the animals shot and killed by a police officer who is now on administrative leave.
It happened Wednesday morning in Mantua at Fairmount Avenue and Union Streets. Disturbing video that police say they're using as part of their investigation shows the man fighting back against 4 loose dogs. Neighbors say he was trying to protect his own dog. We blur the video when he's taken to the ground. People nearby try to help, but the dogs threaten to attack. One woman barely gets away. Police say an officer on scene used his sirens to distract the dogs, but when that didn't work, he opened fire.
I heard 4 gunshots.
It all unfolded right in front of Sharon Owens' home.
It was scary. It was very scary because that's like too close for comfort to hear gunshots.
A cane corso was killed. You see it stagger away, eventually collapsing. The 3 pit bulls ran off. Police say the 53-year-old man suffered bite wounds all over his body.
I feel bad for the dogs too.
The officer has now been placed on administrative duty pending the outcome of an investigation.
They had to do what they had to do. They had no choice.
One of the most troubling parts to this video is where you see the police use de-escalation tactics. You see him show the dog mercy. He tried to preserve that dog's life. And again, it was far more grace and mercy given to that dog than I've seen many black men or black people, for that matter, given. It's sad. We must come to the realization that we are truly all we got. And we cannot keep living under this oppressive culture. We cannot keep buying into the propaganda of our oppressor. We can't keep allowing them to give us thoughts for us to in turn think that we're thinking for ourselves. No, we're thinking what they program us to think unconsciously. This is why when things happen to us, it literally takes for the news to push the narrative, or the news gives us the call to action, right? We sweep and we dismiss so many injustice and mistreatments of our people under the rug, unless or until the oppressor tells us that this person's life matter. This situation is important. You guys should clown over this person. We must counter their message with our message being loud and clear that all of our Black lives matter. And we are not going to take our cue off of our oppressor. We must understand that the oppressor have a very sick and sadistic sense of humor. With that, I'd like to ask you to hit the like button. If you found the content interesting at all, I'd like to ask you to consider subscribing to the channel. And always remember, respect should be given, disrespect can be earned. I love you, even if you don't love me back. Keep it peaceful until next time.